Hello friends, it's your boy Mauzy. Welcome back to the MAUZY Cast channel. We are continuing Spectrum Series Season 3. We are going into the latter half, basically. There's not too many replays. The new season will start once the new maps are going to be out. Until then, we have just a couple more. And this one is, as always, a special one. But this is due to the players participating. You can see that there is a Protoss, and it's going to be a Zerg across the map. Well, let's see who they are, right? Spawning in the bottom left side, as the barcode blue Protoss player, it's the Hungarian grandmaster, my coach, WiNTER. Once again, not the American WiNTER. This is the original WiNTER, okay? WiNTER since Brood War. And his opponent. Yep, you see the logo, right? It's not just the clan. It is our wonderful community member and caster, Lowko, as our red Zerg in the top right side, who already starts with a cheeky 15 hatch that we can see quite a lot actually these days in PvZ, or ZVP, I guess, because we're talking about the Zerg perspective, right? And we see the 15 hatch. I believe this is 16 pool, and I guess it's gonna be a bit of a delay on the gas, but yeah, since you get a hatchery faster, I guess you can get the pool faster as well. And from what I see, this doesn't look like it's gonna have a too much delayed link speed either. So WiNTER went for a hatch block, which did not succeed due to that 15 hatch with a gas trick thingy there. So it's quite fun to see it actually. I'm actually a fan of it, just to see any improvement, you know. This is a 13-year-old game, so if we see any kind of improvement, we are always happy about it. So yeah, I guess I'm just plain happy, as you can tell from the tone of my voice. But other than that, it's going to be super standard. So we see a couple of links being morphed here, as well as the two queens and the drones. And of course, we're going to have our good old Stargate opener on the side of the Protoss. WiNTER is quite comfortable with pretty much any style. I mean, at the 5k level, you should be available to do stuff like 5k, 5k2, usually where WiNTER hovers at. So yeah, I'm expecting some nice things here. Also, we know that Lowko is not just a great caster and content creator, he's also a great and a streamer. Like, let's just put all the credits there. But he's also a nice player who is going to be able to actually do what's necessary to stop WiNTER's onslaught. Fun fact, I think he has like a kind of a rivalry, like a streamer, not rivalry, I guess it's like a fun rivalry or something along those lines, with the American content creator WiNTER, WiNTER Starcraft. So yeah, I'm I'm not exactly sure what to say here. But anyways, we're gonna see the fort base come down at pretty much a decent timing. Obviously, there was an oracle, which is heading across the map just now. We see a bit of a supply block there on the side of Lowko, but fixes that instantly. Spores are going to be ready, so no issue there. Lowko was able to scout this Stargate opener. Obviously, the Zerg can see it by the warp gate timing, right, these days. Though I'm pretty sure there's like there's stuff that actually just you can like fake it, like get any other tech before warp gate. Basically, you'll just have your tech faster or something along those lines. So yeah, and that 50 gas extra is just like you delay your warp gate naturally, or maybe get another unit, a stalker or another adept or something. I kind of want to experiment with that, so if you're interested in something along those lines, then yeah, be sure to actually check out the MAUZY TV channel, which is my gaming channel. A bit of a shameless plug there. It's my channel, I can do it, right? Wanted to mention a single thing that Lowko has a decent count of queens. He has 5 queens at 5 minutes. That's really nice. Has them in position. Oh, actually, having them in position. Yeah, he has them in position. Ooh, this is beautiful. WiNTER could actually lose this Oracle, nicely dodging those queens. A little bit of a zigzag. Of course, when the Oracle is speeding up, yeah, it's actually easier to target it down. Because if you stop, then it takes a bit of wind up, you know. I think it's the same when you want to make like a 360 turn, sorry, a 180 turn, like instantly. You need to do it like in an angle, I guess. Right? WiNTER is going to pop in and scout the Baling Nest as well as the Roach Horn, so he's gonna be aware of everything that needs to be checked out here. There's a shield battery as well, so these Zerglings will not be able to poke in. And there is the wall as well. And this is actually a build that I want to say probably Moston, my teammate Moston, uses quite a lot. And I know WiNTER likes it as well, so not too big of a surprise to see this nice Oracle into Glaive Adepts type of opening. The Sling is going to be aware of it, in my opinion. Ooh, 2 Adepts actually get caught. And if Lowko paid attention, then he might see that there is glaives researched on them. And the Blink is going to be the follow-up from the Protoss, as well as the Forge. And the Robo just finished, but there is no Warpism with this attack, so this will not be as committed. Let's see if the Shade will finish. Yes, it will. Let's see how many workers will fall. Will he finish? I think he needs to finish the Shade into the main. Of course, the workers have been pulled away. Now, workers in the main need to be pulled away, so a bit of a lost mining time here. Just a travel distance and everything between the bases is not that short, so I guess moving them from the third to the natural and natural to the main, or main to the natural, or stuff like that is not the most comfortable thing. But the 4 base is going to be up and running in just a couple of seconds, I guess, once Lowko holds this whole shenanigan. Roaches are basically the perfect response here. I believe it was like a safety Roach Horn, because here we have +1 for melee units. I was gonna say +1 melee, but +1 for melee units is actually finished. Now this 4 base is going to get blocked, if I'm not mistaken. Lowko just parks the Link over there. Ooh, didn't trigger the Stasis Ward, which is actually good for WiNTER, I would say. Would have been kind of a bummer if he would have had that Stasis Trap getting triggered by a single Link, right? Now, obviously being down a base is not great for Protoss, but it's always the standard. Like Zerg wants to be, let's just say that Zerg wants to be ahead a base. Ooh, but this is actually quite risky for Lowko, I would say, because there's 2 Immortals, there's a lot of Stalkers, there's Blink finished, and their +1 is actually not finished yet, and no +1 missile as well, or either, which is quite a bummer because Lowko doesn't have too many Links right now. Only 19 Links and 13 Roaches. Now, you're like, MAUZY, 19 Links? Like, come on, that's quite a lot. No. When you talk about Links, 30 and 40 Links are basically, if you go for like melee attacks, in my opinion, you shouldn't settle for anything below like 40 Links. And like, yeah, you can make Balings out of those and whatnot, but yeah, the idea would be to just make a couple of Links, a lot of Links, right? To throw them, especially that these units don't do that well. I mean, the force fields are going to be nice, but Ravagers can break them. Ooh, beautifully force fielding it. Oh, those 2 force fields get broken with a single bile. Let's see if WiNTER has enough to sustain himself over here. The Warpism is going to get targeted. Let's see if it goes down. It doesn't, loses a bit of a shield, but the Roaches will be enough with the Lings and the Ravagers to just push back this Stalker composition. Oracle is still here. Lowko might want to bile it down, but actually a bit of an adept run by is going into the natural from the 4th. This is something that if you have glaives, then why not use it instead of zealots, you know, because you don't have charge yet. And Colossi are going to be the follow-up. and Immortal. So double robo production, which is quite nice. This pylon is going to spot this move out here from Lowko. At least the Lings. No, he's going to spot the roaches as well. So WiNTER now needs to be really, really careful because it's going to be quite a difficult position to hold, I believe. Is there any space to get into the mineral line? I don't think so. Maybe if you break the pylon. Ooh, oh, bailing ground by actually nicely held by WiNTER over here. Ooh, a couple of probes might go down. There's no +2 melee just as of now. Oh, but the Bailings are getting into the mineral line from the other side. Ooh, a couple of nice detonations, but that was not enough. Now, actually, WiNTER has enough to chase these down. Colossi are going to do well against these Ravagers because they are not armored. So they are going to fare quite nicely. One more Colossus is going to pop. I think the critical number should be around 3, maybe? 2? WiNTER settles for 2. I'm fine with that, I guess. Okay, Lowko retreats right into the main base as this observer is going to check out everything, and the Greater Spire will finish. Actually, I even skipped the Spire, dude. Like, a lot of action happened. We kind of missed the run by here at the 4th location, but not a lot of probes went down. I mean, 17 to 16 drones. It's not a bad exchange for Protoss, I would say. I mean, you can just chrono it out, and Zerg has to sacrifice unit production in order to get back those drones, and of course you need to be on point with your injects and all that stuff. So yeah, it requires quite some nice mechanics. This link is burrowed here, so no chance actually over here as well. I kind of like this from Lowko. I really like it. Probably we're gonna have, yep, there we go, Banelings morphing right away. Just spending that mineral, trying to spend that gas bank as well. Lingbane Ravager with roaches is quite nice, but disruptors are out, so that is going to be a problem. Now the corruptors, you might be like, oh, why is he going corruptors? He's going corruptors because of the Greater Spire, so he wants broodlords out of those. Now, what does WiNTER have against these broodlords, you might ask? Well, not a lot. Blinkstalkers are not the most terrible units against it, until they are like massed up. Like when we're talking, like if we get to like 20 broodlords, I don't even know how much supply that would be, then you might say like, okay, now probably it's gonna be too much. Battery overcharge has been popped, so the next attack, if it's gonna be soon enough, then it's gonna feature less of a defensive position. And this is great because WiNTER has this observer over here, and is gonna be able to actually get the information on those broodlords that they are in play right now. It's not the greatest position for WiNTER. He doesn't really have that much to do against it. Doesn't have extra stargates, doesn't have fleet beacons, so no potential for proper air transition. I mean, you can always go Void Rays, right? I mean, Void Rays are actually quite nice versus Broodlords, versus Corruptors as well. Corruptors are armored. Prismatic Alignment is really, really great at dealing with that. Ooh, there we go. Yeah, +3 melee, which is going to be probably the more important upgrade that we'll have to finish. We don't have a Ultra Cavern, so not exactly committing into the ground. I mean, ultras are really, really supply heavy, so I guess that's something. Tumor gets struck down, and look at those broodlings. Actually, they are doing a lot of damage. You have to oh, meantime, Zealot run by, sorry, hold that thought. We're gonna explain the stuff in just a bit. Now this top left side base is going to fall as the Zealot run by gets cleaned up. And WiNTER just moves across to the third base right now, and I mean, honestly, I don't blame him. He has the units to do so. Ooh, bit of a drone barbecue there with the Purification Nova. So Broodlords have 2 attacks basically. The Broodlings attack with melee attacks, and the Broodlords have the air attack upgrade, which basically procs when... Oh, that one disruptor. So it procs when they basically throw out the Broodlord. Okay, another Zealot run by, but this one does not achieve that much. It's a nice entrenched position, but I mean, WiNTER just needs to go with this and probably deny this base over here and just run away. I mean, Broodlords are, even though they got buffed, they're really, really slow still. Ooh, there's no ground units over there, but the hatchery gets denied, so that is the big one. Now, another set of zealots are going to move in from the right side. Let's see how much they can do this time. And I feel like Lowko is just falling apart. Void Rays are getting constructed. And yeah, 3 Stargates. So I don't think you even need a fleet beacon at this point. You don't need air upgrades either. I mean, it's not going to be too big of a deal. Ooh, that disruptor just goes down. And Lowko still has... He doesn't have too much of a creep threat, I guess. WiNTER was working on it. But he has just a bit. Now the Broodlords are going to move together with the army, I guess, at this point. Lowko is kind of like all in on 56 workers at 60 minutes, actually. A bit of a link run by over here. Do we have Adrenal? We don't have Adrenal. And now the fight breaks out at WiNTER's third base. Let's see if he has enough. Those Broodlords are quite in the open and separated from the army. If he could get to them, then it would be quite nice. How many Void Rays do we have? We have 5 Voids. So those Void numbers are stacking up. Okay, so that's the important thing right now for WiNTER. WiNTER needs to just hold on. Time works in WiNTER's favor. Lowko is not remaking his economy, so I guess he's just going to try and spend his minerals and gas. He has a bit of a gas bank, but he tries to remax slowly but surely. Plus on air is going to get started. And WiNTER decides that, okay, I have a bigger army. I have a better quality army, actually. Not bigger one, but better quality one. And I'm going to challenge you to come back and just... I mean, I can just give up this 5th base. It's no biggie. But now the problem is there are actually 7 Void Rays. 7 Void Rays will be able to deal with these Corruptors, right? I mean, there's 10 Corruptors for 7 Void Rays. I feel like the Void Rays have the advantage with the Stalker support as well. Not to mention the Archons. If the Archons get under them, it's going to zap them quite a lot. But the Broodlords are quite... Honestly, they're quite exposed. Ooh, Disruptors go down. Let's see. Oh, WiNTER might try to go for this base in the middle of the fight while getting attacked. That's how far WiNTER feels he's ahead. Ooh, it loses the Void Rays though. The problem is once those Void Rays are down, the Corruptors are actually dead supply, to be honest. Now the Zealot run-by will be successful at the 3rd base. Lowko will lose even more workers, down to 41 against the 68 probes of WiNTER. This Sling is gonna be annoying as hell, that's for sure. Now maybe the Corruptors can go and just do their peeing thing onto the 5th base or something, or maybe the 4th. Actually not the 4th, because there's like cannons and shield batteries, but the 5th is not actually defended, so he could try to do that. But 2 zealots still alive, that is actually crazy. And those zealots have only +2, but I think, if I'm not mistaken, +2 zealots like 2-shot lings, if I'm not mistaken, maybe something along those lines. There's +1 carapace. Now I'm not sure of that interaction, but the important thing is that WiNTER is actually just snowballing this whole thing. It doesn't have Storm though, so he's going for a lot of Archons, like a bunch of Archons. Oh, but these Corruptors are about to go down, beautifully blinking backwards to evade those Biles. And I feel like if this fight goes rough for Lowko, then he has to tap out, in my opinion. I mean, this is all the army he has left. He barely has any minerals left. WiNTER has a better mining, like much better mining. Lowko doesn't mine from his 3rd base. He has his main mined out. His 4th is actually long distance mine. So yeah, it's quite of a painful situation for our good friend Lowko here. Okay, we see one more Nexus go down. And look at that. This is a beautiful game so far. I have to say, I have to admit it. This is a beautiful game. We have 7 Voids once again, and yeah, I mean, look at that. 55 zealots have been donated to the 252 links. That's also nice to see. And look, there's Oh, single Broodlord went down, so Lowko did really well to protect his 11, oh, remaining 10 Broodlords. I guess you always love to see it. I mean, this is a solid game. Like, a normal game would actually end after the first fight, I think, a lower level game. Usually that's how it works. Like, they just do some early harassment, then everybody just powers up to whatever they can with the remaining army and economy that they manage to keep after the early game. And maybe a mid-game fight, and then a late-game decisive fight. But this was a fully action-packed game with a lot of run-bys and a lot of stuff. But the problem is, the writing is on the wall. Lowko is in a super tough position. His third is about to mine out. His fourth is already halfway mined out. Actually, his third as well. He doesn't mine too much gas. Obviously, doesn't need it. A bit of an oversaturation can be afforded. Baits a couple of broodlings, which is always nice. Though they are free units, so you have to mention that free units are free units, okay? You would say, oh, but like carriers have interceptors. Yeah, but carriers actually spend minerals. If you don't believe me, go check out Carbot's video on the carrier thing, where the single Hydra, spoiler alert, the single Hydra that remains, because there's no minerals to build another interceptor, like a single one. The commander just begs the mechanic to construct another one, and he's like, nope, where's my minerals? Nope, no minerals, nothing. And the carrier just crashes down onto the Hydra, like basically squashes the Hydra. But you know, like, it's funny to see it. It's always funny to see it. So yeah, they cost minerals, so if the Protoss is out of minerals, doesn't have anything left then to do, so it's quite annoying. It's quite annoying. And actually, Lowko is a bit supply blocked, I guess, at this point. I mean, the Hatcher is going to finish up, and that should unsupply block him and actually reach the maximum supply cap, I would say. Oh, Lowko is not even mining gas. Okay. Ooh, beautiful storms there in the meantime. Now, oh, the Corruptors are getting flanked by the Void Rays. They cannot actually get close here. And the Void Rays are going to just smash those Corruptors. And now the Broodlords are in the focus fire. And there we go. As we see these last Corruptors fall, the Broodlords are exposed. And WiNTER is going to take a super clean PvZ versus Lowko. Now that's going to be it from myself. But before we go, let me remind you that I have a Twitch stream, which I'm trying to revitalize. Like, Kratos, one of our founders, said I should actually put stuff into boxes. Now, I guess what he meant by that, well, I know exactly what he meant by that, but what I should do is basically try to like get a streaming day, get a casting day, get like a playing day or something like that. So I'm trying to organize my days, you know, to have time for friends, have time for content, have time for CSO, for all that stuff that I have in my life. So yeah, be sure to check it out. Follow my Twitch. Also, subscribe to the MAUZY channel, as well as CSO ESPORTS and the MAUZY TV channel. Be sure to check out the links in the description. I'll have WiNTER's Twitch link, as well as Lowko's Twitch link and YouTube. So yeah, a bit of a credit where credit's due. Anyways, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.